So we're out here today with Rocky Frost. The Frost family is kind of legendary with Camp Wallace. You guys been down here, I mean, helped build the initial buildings, and there's still Frost working at camp.
Yeah, for 50 years or more.
50 years. So we went out today, we were gonna try to catch crappie, but they didn't want to cooperate with us. So we decided we were gonna start throwing a swim bait. Tell us a little bit about how we were doing this today.
Well, this is about a 4-inch swim bait, and we've been just pinpointing points, throwing it over to the point, retrieving real slow, not straight back at you, like a little 45-degree angle. Then when the fish is hitting it, you just keep cranking it slower. Then they'll eventually load up on the tip of your rod. When it bends, you can set the hook real good and catch some good fish.
And you really never know what you're gonna catch when you're essentially throwing a shad.
Right.
A 3 or 4-inch shad. About everything eats this, so you never know what you're gonna get, do you? Oh, there he is. Here he is. This is a good fish.
Got him now.
Let's hope this is a smallmouth, because if it is, we got a good one. I'm not making a whole lot of headway on him. I gain a foot or two, and he takes a foot or two.
I see him now. I don't know what he was, but...
The striper.
Oh, striper?
Yeah. He didn't run real fast like a striper normally does, but that's what we've got. Well, we're out here swim bait fishing. We really didn't expect a striper today, but you know, anything that'll eat a bait fish will eat it. It's sitting up there close to the bank. So this particular swim bait we're throwing here today is a rib swim bait, and we got 3/8 ounce head, and it's an exposed hook. Well, he's mangled it. I kind of like throwing this on areas where you got the rocky stuff, but there are other options, right?
Right, yeah, you can use different hooks with weights on it and pin hook the hook into your bait and make it like a weedless thing to throw like around the bushes and stuff like that. Get in there more closer. But mainly what we've done today is on the bluffs and hang up every once in a while.
You know, sometimes the bottom feels like the greatest strike of all time, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Because when you reel this thing through and it bounces and hits something, then you kind of tighten it up and you set the hook, and it's every now and then you're going to catch the bottom, but that's part of it.
Right. Yeah, it just feels just like a real good bite. Every once in a while, a rock or a twig or something, you know, hits it pretty hard. There's one. There's one.
Reel through him.
Unless it's a bush. Might have been a bush.
You don't worry about smacking me at the end of that pole. I have been smacked and smacked many people at the end of the pole when a fish hit. It cranks in. Just give it a smack. Oh my gosh. Oh.
You got him missing.
Almost knocked the pole out of my hand.
I know it, I've seen that.
You know what we've got here? I'd like to see a jump. Ain't coming up again. I got a feeling we might have striper number 2 potentially. Yep, pretty good fish.
Which way you on the net?
Coming up right here. Thanks a lot, Rocky. That may be a little longer than the last one.
Yes, it is.
I never thought in a million years you'd come down here and catch your limit on stripers throwing swim baits, but you know, this is what happens when the fish are up in the shallows. You can accidentally come across a couple like this. And if you've never hooked into one of these stripers, it's something you gotta do, because they just fight unlike any other bass species we have here. And that thing almost took the rod out of my hand. So Rocky, you've lived your entire life in these 3 or 4 hollers away from one another.
And these old hollers, yeah. Walked it a many times around through here. And my grandpa up ahead of Arms Creek on a big farm, and we lived around on that when I was real young.
Yeah.
Walked them old hills and fishing, you know, go down in the creek, head of the holler and fish.
Rocky, you recently retired from the Department of Fish and Wildlife, and a lot of it was, you know, pretty much upkeeping the entire camp. I'm sure there are a lot of people that watch Kentucky Afield that have been to camp, and they're going to recognize your face because you've been there for quite some time.
Pretty well everybody knows me around here. For the good, I hope. But
when things need to be fixed, you're the guy that gets that done. Huh?
It took it takes a lot of people involved in camp when it goes on. So.
Running out here a little deeper. Got the net. Swim bait action's pretty exciting, huh?
Yes, it is.
He said, not so fast.
So we've got, what, smallmouth today, got rockfish today, and got a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Didn't know what there was. Could have been largemouth or Kentuckies or stuff like that, but mainly might catch anything on, today. It's good that, and showed some good tips. You showed me some good tips on these swim baits and today and everything. So.
It's been a good day. It's not how we intended this show to go, but you know what?
Right.
That's fishing.
That's fishing.
That's how it goes. Sometimes you gotta change up a little bit, and Lake Cumberland offers so many opportunities. You can always swap up and do something a little different and still enjoy yourself.
Yeah, you sure can.
Well, I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed spending the day with you on the lake, and let's go catch a couple more.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
Appreciate it.